Guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. I'm Steve. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. And if you're a returning subscriber, as always, welcome back. Guys, listen, man, it don't stop today. And this is a Sunday. I seen something today. I just seen something about an hour ago. And I had to run out and come back, but I'm here now and we're going to talk about it. Listen, Ed Reed is depressed out there where he's at, Bethune Cookman. He's depressed. Stuff Deion Sanders said about HBCUs, he said he was right. And I heard this from his own mouth. He was on some type of Instagram or some type of live feed in his car, about to get out in the parking lot, I guess, wherever, at the campus or whatever. And out of his own mouth, he said the following. He said he'd been there a week, and in the 1 week and a half he been there, he done more than people that have been there for years have done. And before I get into the other couple things he said, he looked dejected. He looked beat down in that car. I don't know if it was the morning time, but as a working man myself, I know when you had enough and you know that you got a lot on your plate that you shouldn't have, and you're going to have to sift through all the trash to find the treasure. And I think he's at that point. He might have some self-regret. What else he said? He said he ain't even hired yet. I didn't know that. I did a story congratulating the brother about him being hired and how good I think this is going to be for Bethune Cookman. And come to find out, he not even hired yet. He said it out of his own mouth. He said, man, I did more than in a week and a half than people that been here for years have done. And the thing that's funny is I ain't even hired yet. When he said that, it took my breath away. But the other thing he said, when he said, yeah, Deion was right. And this is what he said that was big, people, and I need you to pay attention. He said HBCUs there's nothing wrong with the HBCUs. It's something wrong with the people that run it. He said the HBCU people that run it have a broke mentality, mentally. You hear that? Now, everybody that gave me slack about Jackson State and all this other stuff, you got somebody else in another state talking about another HBCU and the problems he's facing, and the story seemed to come back around. For some reason, man, us as black folk, we cannot work together. I don't know what it is. I don't know when it started. I don't even know. But the thing is this. Deion Sanders, Ed Reed, they're former football players, turning coach. They are not magicians. They don't have a magic wand where they can come there and do like this and a big whirlwind come and get all the bullshit out of there. They come to help. The man said on the live feed, people was talking to him on the live feed. He said, listen, let me help this place first. I want to help the kids. I want to help the school. But you can only do so much when you're supposed to be pushing and somebody behind you is supposed to be pushing, but they pulling on you at the same time. Man, listen, I don't know what the situation is down there, but HBCUs get a bad rap sometimes. I went to a HBCU and had my own experiences, so some of the stuff I can sympathize with what they're saying. Do HBCUs need help? Hell yeah, they need help. They need a lot of help. They need a lot of funding too. But that only can work, when people work together and pool the resources and respect everybody's opinion and also respect the intelligence somebody else has. And sometimes it means you don't have to take the lead. Sometimes you got to sit back and observe or consider somebody else's idea besides yours. And this is what I'm thinking, man. This is shocking to me that he just got there. He not hired. Because I was like, I didn't get his contract details. I'm like, I don't hear the contract details or nothing. All of a sudden, he busts out with this post. Hey, man, I ain't even hired yet. So he's working on the campus, doing what he can do, I guess. And he's not even hired yet. Sometimes, man, you can't judge somebody's drive, man, because I don't know a lot of people that ain't hired and doing the job already. Do you? I don't know. So, it got to be something with the passion or conviction that this black man feel he have to go and help this black school. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Judging by Ed Reed's mentality, the way I see him, he not going to be as patient as Deion Sanders. If some goofiness break off, he going to be eat toast. I can already see it. Because he looked dejected. If you ever get a chance to look at this Instagram post, he looked like he got in the car. He grabbing his bags like, look, man. You know what I'm saying? It's messed up. He ain't even been at the job a good month yet. He ain't even been hired yet. And that's the thing. That might work in his favor. He might see all this and be like, you know what, man? But I think, you know, he probably gave a couple of people his word. And he like, I don't want to look weak by leaving. But I mean, sometimes this stuff be overwhelming. You know? And he said, like he said, they have a broken mentality. And the way I take that, when he said they have a broken mentality, I think a lot of times people are not willing to change, or they're not willing to give up power or what they perceive as power, which might be something small, because it might make them feel like they small, or make them feel like, you know, they're not worthy. Listen, when you're dealing with these schools, man, everybody's important. You got to go all the way up to, you know, the people that work on the field, not just football. Ed Reed got to get along and get to know everybody in administration. He got to get with the president, be cool with the president, definitely with the AD. You know what I'm saying? I think Ed Reed went in there and was like, listen, I want to do this, I want to do that, because, you know, he got college experience too. He went to college. He's like, oh, listen, we can go and do this, or we can go and do that. Let's upgrade this first. And then this, as far as that, we can do this. And they probably was like, nah, we've been doing this for years. And this is how it stays. It's a tradition here. So we're going to keep that. Let's work around that. And some of the stuff they might be looking at might be something that's hindering them in their progress in being a better sports complex, football team, and college all together. See, it's not always about bringing in recruits for football. It's also about bringing in students for academic reasons that want to go to the school with a sense of pride that, hey, I made the right decision coming to a HBCU. And a lot of people don't feel that. And I think a lot of these HBCUs sometimes, you know, a lot of them, they're comfortable where they are. Is it corruption in HBCUs? I don't doubt that it's not. You know what I mean? Especially when you have access to funds and money, and like, you know, you connected with a lot of people that can trace the money and all this other stuff. It's always going to be that. It's always greed in men. You know, and it's just one of those things. Am I bashing HBCUs? Let's get that out the way. No, I'm not bashing HBCUs. I went to a HBCU and I had a wonderful time. But I did see that it was a big difference in how they do things in Mississippi, where I was at, and how they do things other places. A lot of people have long-standing traditions. They have a certain type of mentality. And that's all over the United States. Different places have different mentalities, so I'm not pointing nobody out. But I've seen the difference. And, you know, he's from Florida. School's based in Florida. It's just one of them things. Man, I hope this all works out for him, though, man. But I mean, for him to say that, that's strong, and he ain't even got the job yet. Yeah, a lot of me, he's like, Deion was right. Yeah, HBCUs, man, broken mentalities. I don't know what he meant by that, but I got my ideas. What about you? Leave me a comment in the description. Leave me a comment and tell me what you think. Tell me how you felt about, if you've seen this. I mean, it's got to be somewhere, like you guys can go take a look at it. But man, it's just strange, man. The guy just got the job, and then, you know, this craziness with Deion Sanders and all that. Man, I wonder how many years Ed gonna stay here, if he even gets hired, even if he takes the job. Because I mean, if you seen what he looked like, guys, in that car, man, he was dejected. He was like, man, you know what I'm saying? That's what I got from it. But I mean, I might be wrong, but damn, for him to say that, you know what I'm saying? They got a broken mentality. That's some strong words for somebody that ain't got the job yet. But anyway, man, as always, man, Stock Market Steve, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for listening to me ramble. Take care.